Afternoon, scrotums. I hope you're all keeping well. Better than me. No, it's fucking changed in my life. Still got this shunting, still pissing blood. Anyway, on the upside of it, I've been reading a lot. So, this is just a little, what I think have been the highlights of while I've been off and the selection of books that I've read. Because we all should read. Come on, let's be right. I'm only going to talk about two. One is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. I'm in the woods at the back of my house, basically. Just 2 minutes from my house with my two girls. You've met them two before. So yeah, the first one is by Cormac McCarthy, an American author, meant to be the greatest living American author. It's called Blood Meridian. And the second one is by a woman called Susan Clark, Piranesi. The first in Blood Meridian is loosely based on a scalping gang in America called the Glanton Gang, who got paid for scalps of Indians back in the day, but they went a bit wayward, as you would do if you're a bunch of fucking scalpers, and it was look at anyone with black hair, Mexicans, white people, yeah, anyone really. Gone off trail here. That's got light hair, dark hair that they could scalp and get money from, and they are a known American scalping band. I've just lost the trail here and I don't want to get nettled, but anyway, it's just up there. This is based loosely on this kid called The Kid, who later on in the book turns into the man. And he shacks up with this gang of killers and cutthroats. And it's his life with them. It's meant to be a horrific read. A lot of people struggle reading it because the depictions of violence and torture, if you want, and murder. She's after a squirrel. But to be honest, nowadays, you can see all of what's in this book, maybe not the scalping, but all the violence and killing is on the news every night. It's on your kids' video games, where they shoot people for no reason apart from to get points and everything like that. So, in that respect, I didn't struggle with the book. You might, I didn't. What I took from it, though, is the way Cormac McCarthy depicts the American landscape. It is just unbelievable. That fella has actually travelled by horseback around these places. You can tell he's got to have. Just the way he describes the borderlands of Mexico and, America. Absolutely fantastic. The characters in it. There's one geezer called Judge Holden, who is notorious in literature, I suppose. If you want, Google him, Judge Holden, Blood Meridian. He is one of the most evil intelligent characters that allegedly has been wrote. But you know, it is well worth a read. It's not a cowboy book by any means. It's not like anything I've read before it, to be honest. It's like an adventure book, but it's not an adventure book. It's like a cowboy book, but it's not a cowboy book. It's a coming of age book, but it's not a coming of age book. So yeah, definitely, if you only read 2 books this year, make sure one of them is Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. The second one is a book called Piranesi by Susan Clark. It's won loads and loads of awards. It's her 3rd book, very short, only like 220 pages, something like that. But fucking hell, she slams it in them pages. I think it's about isolation and how much your memories depict who you are as a person. It's about trust and trusting the wrong people. It's about mental not illness, but mental well-being, if you like, and how you can come to terms with the situation that you're put in. I don't want to give too much away out of these 2 books because you want to go into them with no knowledge of how the books turn out. I think it'd spoil them, especially Piranesi. Yeah, and it's basically opens up in a labyrinth with a young man, Piranesi, who lives with marble statues. And the house, he calls it a house, but it's a labyrinth, looks after him and takes care of him. Absolutely stunningly written. There's not a word in there that doesn't need to be in there because it's so small. It's like, you know, it's like a kick in the balls. Not fannying about doing loads of other things. Just go straight, headbutt, knee to groin. Job done. So yeah, that is another 5-star read. And I've told my missus she should read that. Not Blood Meridian, because that she'd struggle all the way through that and not like it. But I think she'd really enjoy Piranesi. So that's the second or first book you should read the rest of this year. And as you can see, we're just out on the field, back of my house. Horses are there. Hopefully soon I'll be going in hospital and getting this fucking stent took out and this stone blasted. Get back to my car, working. And just generally being utterly gorgeous. Might use all that. And that basically are 2 outstanding books. I've not given spoilers in them, and you should read both of them if you're into that with just no knowledge of what you're going into. Just buy them, read them, and if we meet up, when we meet up, you can tell me, Nige, that book was absolute shite and you owe me £8.99. Or, Nige, that book was fucking brilliant, thanks. Either way, it's £8.99. I don't think you can even buy McDonald's for that, can you? Anyway, scruffers, wind's picking up on this bit. So me and the ladies are gonna say ta-da, keep safe. See you later, scrotums.